Curious Kid Cast, here we go. Questions poppin', minds will blow. Big ideas, they're taking flight. Let's explore, feel the light. Why, what, where, and how? Big answers, we'll find them now. Curious minds, the world will comb. Ask away, let's bring it home.
Hey there, curious kids! I'm Andy, and welcome to another episode of the Curious Kid Cast, where we explore the wildest, weirdest, and most wonderful things in our world. Today, we're diving into something you probably did this morning, or might be doing right now because I mentioned it. That's right, we're talking about yawning. Did you just yawn? I bet some of you did, and that's exactly what we're investigating today. Why seeing or hearing someone else yawn makes us yawn too. Scientists call this contagious yawning, and it's super bizarre when you think about it. First off, what even is a yawn? Well, it's when you take a big breath in, stretch your jaw wide open like you're about to eat the world's largest sandwich, and then slowly breathe out. Most people think yawning means you're tired or bored, but there's much more to the story. You know, I asked my little brother why he thinks we yawn, and he said, because our bodies are trying to escape through our mouths. Kids, don't listen to my brother. He also thinks vegetables are just fruits having a bad day. Here's a mind-blowing fact. Some scientists believe we yawn to cool down our brains. That's right. Your brain can get too hot sometimes, especially when you're sleepy, and yawning brings in cool air and increases blood flow to help chill your brain out. It's like your head has its own personal air conditioner. How cool is that? For a long time, people thought we yawned because we needed more oxygen, like your brain was saying, "Hey, down there, lungs! I'm suffocating up here. Send more air." But scientists tested this by having people breathe pure oxygen, and guess what? They still yawn just as much. So much for that theory. Did you know that the average yawn lasts about 6 seconds? That's right. 6 whole seconds of looking like you're trying to swallow a tennis ball. And get this, humans yawn about 240,000 times in our lifetime. That's enough yawning to fill up about 16 days of non-stop yawn action. Imagine spending more than 2 weeks doing nothing but yawning. Your jaw would probably fall off. But the really weird part is why we yawn when we see other people yawn. And get this, it's not just humans. Dogs, chimps, and even some birds yawn when they see others yawn too. I tried an experiment with my dog, Biscuit. I yawned right in his face 20 times. He yawned back twice and then just looked concerned, like he was thinking, "Is this human broken? Should I call someone?" Scientists think contagious yawning might be connected to something called empathy. That's the ability to understand and share feelings with others. Inside our brains, we have special cells called mirror neurons that activate both when we do something and when we see someone else do the same thing. It's like your brain is playing copycat without you even knowing it. Think of mirror neurons as your brain's own copy-paste function. See someone yawn? Copy-paste. See someone smile? Copy-paste. See someone doing the chicken dance? Well, that depends on how embarrassing it would be. Here's another crazy fact. You're more likely to catch a yawn from someone you care about, like a family member or friend, than from a stranger. So next time your best friend starts yawning, watch out. Your brain might decide to join the yawn party. This is why yawning spreads like wildfire in classrooms. One kid starts yawning during math class and suddenly everyone's yawning. Even the teacher, even the class hamster. I once saw my teacher try to fight off a yawn during a really important lesson. Her face looked like she was trying to solve a really hard puzzle while eating a lemon. And here's something super interesting. Babies and very young kids don't catch yawns until they're about 4 years old. That's because the part of the brain that helps us understand other people's feelings is still growing when we're really young. Speaking of babies, did you know that we start yawning before we're even born? That's right. Babies yawn inside their mom's tummies as early as weeks. Imagine being so bored you start yawning before you're even born. Wake me up when I'm ready to come out, Mom. It's kind of boring in here. You know what else is weird? The more you think about yawning, the more likely you are to yawn. So if you haven't yawned while listening to this podcast yet, I bet you might be fighting one off right now. Go ahead, I'll wait. There's even a world record for the longest yawn ever recorded. It was 29 seconds long. That's like forever in yawn time. I tried to beat it once and just ended up with my face stuck in a weird position for 10 minutes. My mom thought I was having some kind of face emergency. Okay, so why do scientists even care about yawning? Well, it turns out that studying yawns can tell us a lot about how our brains work and how we connect with other people. Some people with certain brain differences don't catch yawns as easily, which helps doctors learn more about how our brains process social information. Did you know that yawning might actually help us stay alert? It's true! When we're tired or bored, our brain temperature rises, and yawning might help cool it down so we can pay attention better. So next time your teacher catches you yawning in class, just say, "I'm not bored. I'm optimizing my cognitive function." Then prepare to explain what to cognitive function means. All right, curious kids, it's quiz time. I'll ask 3 questions about yawning, and you've got 5 seconds to answer before I give you the solution. Ready? Question 1. What part of the body might yawning help to cool down? The answer is your brain. Yawning might help regulate your brain temperature. If your brain were any hotter, you might start cooking breakfast on your forehead. Question 2. At what age do children usually start to catch yawns from other people? The answer is around 4 years old when their social brain is developing. Before that, they're immune to the yawn virus. If only they were also immune to the asking why a million times virus. Question: how long was the world's longest recorded yawn? The answer is a whopping 29 seconds. That's long enough to microwave a small snack or do 3 jumping jacks or wonder why you're spending so much time yawning. Well, that's all for today's episode of the Curious Kid Cast. If you enjoyed learning about contagious yawning, be sure to share this podcast with your friends. Maybe you'll start a yawn wave at your school. The world record for most people yawning at once is waiting to be broken. And remember, if you have questions about anything that makes you curious, send them to questions@curiouskidcast.com or visit our website. We'd love to explore your questions in future episodes. Maybe you're wondering why your feet smell but your nose runs, or why cats purr, or why grown-ups get so excited about boring things like vacuum cleaners and tax returns. And don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise, I'll be here all alone talking to myself about yawns, and that's just sad. This is Andy saying stay curious, keep asking questions, and I'll catch you next time on the Curious Kid Cast.